Hey folks, I want to show you how I clean my Taurus G2C. Push the magazine out. Carry around there. They're 124 rating. Side here, way off to the side. Make sure it's safe. Weapons. Take this down to the I have a getting that cleaning solution and oil on your hands. Start with the I'm not one of those people. I like to take care of what I have, so it'll take care of me. Okay, so we're gonna run that through there a few times. Get that feed ramp good. Again, nice and shiny. I get both sides of that feed ramp. Of course, the brass brush. Okay. Couple more times. Okay, we're gonna let that sit. We'll let that solvent sit on there for a minute or two. And we're going to do our slide next. So what I do, I just take my brush, get an old toothbrush, a medium grade. You don't want it too soft, you don't want it too hard. This is like the perfect brush for this. Just clean it up good. Get your slide. Get down here where the firing pin's at. You have reloaded chamber indicator. You want to get down in there good so that always pops up for you. Keep that clean. Probably the most important part, I'm going to wipe that brush off a little, dip on some more solvent. I'm going to get in here where that firing pin comes out at. There's some little grooves in here. And that dirt likes to go in there, so we're going to get that good. Get where the extractor marks at. You want to keep that real nice and clean. The extractor area, very important so the weapon fires properly. Okay, we get that all good. Okay. Get the grooves. Clean it up. Alright. That's, we're going to let that sit as well. And we got our barrel, that. We dip our recoil spring and solvent, get a little bit on there. Okay. And rub that on. And leave that sit. Okay, next we're going to get our solvent on the frame. Okay. So we're going to get the feed ramp area and the trigger area. Just like that. Work that down in there good so that solid sits on there. Cleans out any carbon build up lead. Anything that you don't want in there. Get around your safety. Down in there. A little bit of solid. Your magazine release. Make sure that's clean. Take down buttons. I'll work out. Make sure that slot's working good. Get enough down in there. I put a little extra right in here. It'll float down through the trigger area here. And any dirt in there is going to fall out of there. Okay. So that's what I like to do. Get that extractor. This is the extractor rod. Whenever your gun fires, that's what extracts your spent shell. So we're gonna make sure that's clean. I thought it'd be good. Mag release button, good. Other than that, this holds your slide onto the frame, so get those grooves. We'll re-oil all that after we're done cleaning it. Alright, good. So we're gonna let that soak on there for a while. Alright, so time for the cleaning patches. Okay. Clean patch rod. I usually run like running through the barrel. Usually takes 2 or 3 times, depending on how much you fired the weapon. Run that through the barrel. Ooh, yeah. See that? All that carbon, lead. Bang, 1. Get another patch on here. Okay. There's number 2. I'll hit that ramp coming out. There it is. And we're gonna do one more on that bad boy. Okay. And I also have a clean cotton towel, garage rag. Wipe the outside of that barrel. Hold that. Clean that up good. Okay, we're gonna run one more patch through that barrel. There we go. There it is. Alright. That's looking pretty good there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. But I always get to put my finger on the end there and rub it around a little bit. Just like that. So, looking down there, that's one happy barrel. Feed ramp's nice and shiny again. Wipe it all down one more time with my clean towel. Okay, we'll also oil this. We'll oil that barrel. So we're going to set that off to the side. Put the lid back on our cleaning solution so we don't dump that all over the place. Alright, so we're going to wipe down this rail. Let's see. Let's do the recoil spring first. Just wipe it down real quick. It does get overly dirty, so, but I like to clean it anyways. Keep everybody happy. Okay, there's a recoil spring. Get that brush out of the way. We're done with all our cleaning tools at this point. I'm going to wipe down the barrel. or the slide rather. We're going to get the worst of it with this, and then we're going to use some Q-tips. Okay. Did a video last week, same thing, same. I think I'm going to take a firing pin out here today. We'll clean that firing pin. I usually do it every other time that I go to the range. I'm going to run this rag through here real quick. There we go. That looks good. Okay. Alright, so we got the worst out with the rag. Now we're gonna use some Q-tips. I put these, flatten these heads on these Q-tips. I have a vise right here that I put them in, and flatten them so you can get inside the little grooves. Get all your dirt out. That's from one side of the slide, two sides. Let's just build up oil, and I think it's carbon. I'm going to get down inside this little hole right here where your loaded indicator's at. Lift that button real good. Okay, one Q-tip down. I get the Q-tips at the dollar store. Spend $1, get a couple hundred of them. Can't beat it. That's your cleaning tip deal for the day. Dollar store Q-tips. Alright. Down in here real good. In the corners of the slide. Then in that, pay particular attention in this area here, where the chamber's at. The firing pin comes out. Get that real good. Make it look good. Okay, we're looking good. Sometimes I even I'll take my brass brush, go across that, and wipe that up again. Run that Q-tip across there. Like so. Yeah. There we go. That's a clean slide. Here's the solvent on the outside, but we'll take care of that when we put the gun back together. Okay. Next we have the frame, the polymer frame. Right. So here's our frame. Frame's back. Okay, so we're gonna just generally wipe it down, big areas that we can get to. This rag. Okay, trigger sounds good. Nothing catching up on it. Down in there where the trigger's at, where I put that extra solvent, ran it through the trigger mechanism. Run that in there. If you're using a rag and you're pulling through that, you don't want to over pull on the top. You don't want to bend any parts ever. So be careful with that. Here we go. Okay, now I'll take another Q-tip. I'll get it down into the trigger area. There's a little bit of dirt on there, huh? There's like a roll pin on here. When you pull the trigger, and you get down in that area, get that nice and clean. Get any dirt out of there, it doesn't belong in there. Get the extractor area. Hit that extractor bar. Okay, so we're gonna snake this rag up through the grip, through the magazine case. All right, bring it up through. We're just gonna pull that right through. Remember, you don't want to force that because that your extractor bar is right there. If you bend that, probably shit out of luck. I've never done it. I don't want to. Okay, so It's been a great weapon for me. I love firing this gun. Very accurate for a budget gun. It's just been great for me. I've had it for going on a year. I've had this. I got this like last July, and what is it now, May? And had no malfunctions. Fires every kind of ammo, whatever grain, hollow points, whatever. It just eats everything I feed it. It's wonderful. I have another one of these. It's in the stainless steel model. It's the exact same weapon. Just has a silver matte finish on the slide instead of the black slide. And the only difference between that, like I have the Technic clip on this slide right here. You can use that for inside the waistband carry. I use that a lot. And then I took the front sight off that came with the gun, and I put a Lakeline LLC fiber optic. It comes 3 different colors. I like this fluorescent orange. Gives you a nice sight picture. Works well for me. Draws my eye right into it, so I like it. A little more work in here. Okay, so we're going to do something different here today. We're going to pull this firing pin out. Okay, so basically the frame's clean. We're going to set that off to the side. Barrel's clean. Recoil spring's clean. Slide's clean. Now I'm going to pull out the striker pin. So I need a little screwdriver to do that with. So I'm going to get in my toolbox here real quick. Find one of those. What are we using today? Need a little flathead screwdriver. I'll try this. I don't know if this will work. It might be too big. If it is, I'll have to grab another one. Yeah, it'll work. Okay. So, we're going to pull out this firing pin. So see that orange? That's the casing for the firing pin in this weapon. Alright. You can buy metal for it. This is the original plastic. It does just fine for me. So all you do is pull down on this, on that orange, and pop your back plate off. The slide plate. You want to keep your finger here so this thing doesn't come flying out your firing pin. And that just slides right out of there. You know, look at the dirt on there. Oil. Grease. Whatever. Alright. I'm going to wipe that off. Inspect that. Firing pin looks good. Spring looks good. Okay. There's your firing pin right there. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the poppies one more time. We're going to put this firing pin in there. Get a little solvent on it. That's good. We're going to soak this a little bit. It didn't look bad at all, really, but like I said, I clean it every other time I pull this out. That I go to the range. Wipe this firing pin up good. Maybe I'll hit it with the bristle brush here, with the brass brush. Just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to damage anything. Parts is parts. Okay. Baby that a little bit. Wipe that up. Looks good. Get a Q-tip and run it up inside that firing pin. Got a little bit on it. Not bad at all. Pull back on it. We're not going to be able to see this on camera, probably, maybe. I actuated the spring on here, slid that back and cleaned as well. That saw went off there. Okay. Voila, one clean firing pin. Okay, so we're going to set that off to the side. I'm going to Q-tip it. I'm going to run it into the firing pin well here. So I'll use a regular Q-tip, get it in there. Make sure you don't get any cotton stuck down in there. Take up, oh yeah, look at that. See that? Carbon. Clean that out real good. That might take a couple Q-tips there. Let's see. Oh yeah. Pick that hole where the firing pin comes out of. Make sure it looks good. Make sure we didn't get any cotton from the Q-tip stuck in there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I can see the light through the little hole. I don't know if you can see that or not, looking down that firing pin. Alright, and we're going to clean out this back plate area. Wipe that out with the Q-tip. Wasn't too bad. We'll use a rag on that too. Okay, good. So we're going to reinstall the firing pin. So that's just the way you took it out, is the way you put it back in. You slide that firing pin in there. Okay, slide that. Make sure that function is there. Okay, now we're going to put our plate back on. So this is a two-hand job here, so you got to hold that one back. There's that. And you have to put the. This is the hardest part, is putting the sucker back together. Okay. It's not hard, but you just got to be patient. Take your time. Okay. Plus, I also have this Techno clip on here, which makes it a little more difficult to put on, but not that bad. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so the idea is to get that right on there. Pull that down. Good. That's the hard part, hold on to the screwdriver. If you had another set of hands, it'd be good, but it doesn't work like that. This isn't the best screwdriver for this job either. Alright, we're going to do it like this. Okay, so we got started there. With the pain in the butt. But we'll get it. We'll get it. Yeah, it slides right in there. I don't know what's going on here. Take a look at it. Usually it's not that tough. Maybe I have better. I'll use this. This would be better for me. Maybe I'll take a glove off for this job, huh? Let's see. It normally just slides right in there. Not being normally there. Hmm. I've never had this problem before getting this back in. What's going on? Maybe my clip might be a little too tight. The only thing I could think of. Okay, there we go. We got it started. But we can't get the firing pin in there, so I'll see what I have to do. Okay. Sucks. Well, this is not what I envisioned today. brush on here. And right now I have my slide in my vise. Yeah, sorry about that. There we go. There we go. It's a lot easier whenever you have a third hand. So I just used the vise. So it's all back in order now. There it is. There's the tightening clip back in place. Firing pins back in place. Everything's normal. Okay, so all that together. We're gonna put everything back on the slide. Okay, so we got the barrel here. We're going to oil all these parts now going back. Alright, so I started using a 2-cycle engine oil for lube. Pretty amazing stuff. Alright. If you ever used a chainsaw or weed whacker or lawnmower or whatever, those engines get super hot when they're running. And it gets hotter than this gun will ever get. So I just use a little bit of that in my slide. There we go. Lubricates all these parts real nice. A little bit on the chamber indicator. I don't think it matters what brand you use. You know, 2-cycle oil is 2-cycle oil, pretty much. And a little on there. Look for any wear spots. Put on any wear spots that you see. And down inside the slide, there's some wear spots from the extractor, from the slide, from the barrel. So a few spots there will take care of that. Anywhere you see anywhere, just put a little dab on there. A little dab will do you on this oil. Okay. And then we have our barrel. So I'm gonna lube that up a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit down inside the barrel. I'm going to run this gun patch through it. Put a couple drops of oil on there. Just stop any corrosion that might come while you're carrying sweat, especially summertime. You know, you can get a lot more body fluids on it. You know, sweat and grit. Walking around, that you're rubbing up against your body, moisture, humidity, you know, take care of that. Okay, so we're going to run this patch through here, back and forth a couple times. A little bit on the feed ramp. Okay, and I'll use that same patch. I'll do the outside of the barrel. Oil that up. Okay, so we got a barrel, slide lube, barrel lube. Put that back in place. Recoil spring, I just put a little bit on the end. Some end here. You can see the wear on there from being thrust back and forth in the weapon, so we're going to put it on there. That's it. It's the only spot that really needs it on your slide. Pop that in there. And make sure when you're putting your slide back in, line it up. We'll go back in here one click. There you go. Make sure that's lined up properly the best you can. Maybe put that back on your weapon. Okay. We'll take our frame. Same thing, we're going to check for any wear spots on the frame. Right here. On the feed ramp there, we'll get some. There's our grooves. I like to put a little bit on the extractor. Just on that bar where it hits the frame. Nice smooth action there. Okay. Right down in here. A little more. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, I do where the safety's at. I put a drop down where the safety's at. And also on my mag release. Keep that oiled up a little bit. It's always good to do that. And on the slide release, I'll get a couple drops underneath there. Okay, it's lubed up nice. There we go. So you can see how I have it oiled. Okay. Any excess oil I'll wipe off the weapon once I put it back together here in a minute. I'll get a little bit down on that trigger too. See how the safety's working on. Safety's off. A little down in that trigger area. Okay. I'm going to wipe off this little excess on the ramp. A little too much. Okay, it looks good. There we go. Oil. Everything's oiled up. It's oily. I'm going to put the slide back on. Wait like this. Just slide into place. There it is. G2C's back together now. Alright. So we're going to make sure the weapon malfunctions properly since we have the slide back on. So we're going to do some press checks. Wear that oil in a little bit. Make sure it gets on all the parts. Alright. Good. We're going to check the safety, make sure it works. That's without the safety. With the safety. Without the safety. Okay. Good, everything's smooth. Things run good. Okay. And that's about it for the cleaning, other than wiping the weapon down one final time. So let me get my towel here. Here it is. Actually, I'll put a couple drops of oil on here. I like to do the outside of the slide, the painted area. Helps with any corrosion as well. Not the best coating for a slide on these Taurus G2Cs, and for 200 bucks you don't expect the best, okay, but with proper maintenance and care, you can make this gun last a lifetime. It's been pretty sweet to me so far, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I'm one of the hear different people talk about G2Cs. This thing protects me and my family every day. And what else do you want? What other function is there actually to a firearm? It goes boom when you pull the trigger. It goes where you want it to. And that's about it. So not a whole lot more to ask for. You could spend, I got 2 of these for $500 or less. Okay, out the door. And so would you rather have 2 of these or 1 Glock, which does the same thing, same functions? And I actually have 2 of these. I have one that I don't really use much. Take it out, clean up every once in a while. I'll fire it very seldom. And if I ever need parts in a hurry, something would happen to this, I could take them off the other weapon while I send it back to be or get I'm waiting for my part in the mail. Lifetime warranty with these Tauruses, very nice. So what's the big deal? I have all the backup parts I need, and then a second one. Yeah, that's all you need, you know. There it is. Taurus G2C, nice and pretty, clean. It's been a great carry gun for me, firearm. Get a little oil up in there. The fiber optic is awesome. Lakeline LLC. The back is the really don't even look at these whenever in real life. You're not gonna stand there and you go to firing range, like line it up, bang bang bang. But in real life, if you're ever, God forbid, if you ever have to use this quick, your eye's gonna be drawn right to that front sight, and boom, there it is. I have a laser for this. I also have a flashlight to put on it. I don't like using it at the range. I don't think it adds that much more weight for the recoil. I've learned how to handle the recoil on this weapon. Okay, so let's show you the firing motion on here. So here's your take back. At one time you could hear a click back here, but you don't hear that anymore. I probably have, I don't know, probably 7,000-8,000 rounds for this. Okay, bam. And here's your reset. Audible. Close. One more time. Click. Bam. Very nice. Here's your single action. You can feel that. Once you get into your double action, there's your single action. Definitely, you could feel that. But then you reset. Right there. This weapon fires really quick. It fires just as quick as I need it to. So it's not automatic, but it's semi-automatic, and that's about as good as you can get. Especially for $200, you know, what the heck. Alright, so we're gonna wipe this down, make it look all pretty up on top here. Clean these sights off. These are just polymer sights on the back. There was a polymer on the front too. I got rid of that. And this aluminum up on the front here, it's dinged up a little bit. I have it have some wear and tear on it from holstering, carrying it inside the waistband on my Techniclip, and who cares? Yeah, $200. Little wear and tear, as long as I keep the gun clean and oiled. You know, I don't care if all that finish comes off. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have anything to do with the internals. You know, did you ever have an old car, have a car you loved and didn't look too good after you had it for like, you know, 10 years, 15 years, but the thing still ran great, you know, you hate to get rid of it? This is that type of gun. This is the one you got in high school, and you know, you hated to sell it, but it's time to get a new one. This is that gun right here. It's the old Taurus G2C. Grip on it, it's amazing, the grip texture. Here's an empty magazine here. I'll show you this. This magazine holds 12 rounds. I'll wipe it up a little bit. We had shot a lot of today. Okay, we'll clean it up and just wipe it off real quick. There it is. 12 rounds. Has witness holes for 6 and for 12. Alright. Once you break these magazines in, they're amazing. Really excellent made magazine. Here's the other one I was using at the range today. I used two of these magazines. I'll wipe that off a little bit. You don't want to get oil and dirt on your ammo. So, not too bad. I'll be loading these up here in a minute. But yeah, good stuff, man. This is the it says right here, PT-111 Pro Cal 9mm made in Brazil. You can see that. So these are steel cases made in Brazil for the PT-111. So this will fit the PT-111, the Millennium G2, and the G2C. That's all I need. It's perfect. And what else we got here? That's about it. Ammo. I was firing, let's see, today at the range, I fired Aguila. This is 115 of Federal 115 in here. I shot, used up my Blazer 124 grain I got this. I shot it before. I didn't open this case today, but that's a PPU defense line. It's jacketed hollow points, 147 grain. I really like the 147 grain for carry. Basically, that's what I carry. I carry 147. And I also have some HST that I carry. It's 147, and I have 124. This is some good stuff here. I like that. But like I said, this gun, it'll basically shoot anything you put in it. Okay, so there it is, ready for service. Taurus G2C. Beautiful. Love it. Alright. Peace out. And hope you enjoyed my video.